Here's something most people will never tell you. Collectors are not just hunting rare coins in auctions anymore. They are quietly searching everyday change. Because some wheat pennies hiding in plain sight are becoming more valuable than luxury items people work years to afford. And today, I'm exposing the top hidden pennies that are silently building massive demand in the US. Coin market. Now let's begin with a coin that most people completely ignore. Yet it carries a silent power that can transform it into a hidden treasure beyond imagination. The 1945 wheat penny without a mint mark was struck in Philadelphia during the final year of World War II, a time when the United States was pushing its economy, its industries, and its people to the absolute limit. Every coin minted during this era carries history, but this one carries something deeper, something collectors feel the moment they see it. When you look at this coin for the first time, it doesn't scream value. It doesn't shine like gold. It doesn't look rare. But that's exactly what makes it dangerous, because people underestimate it. On the obverse, you'll see the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. The word liberty stands firmly to the left. The year 1945 stamped clearly, and In God We Trust, arching above, arching. But what makes your specific coin stand out is the unusual combination of sky green toning spreading across both sides, with a red-brown shade resting only along the upper edges of the obverse. That color pattern, that uneven natural aging, is not damage in the eyes of collectors. It's character, its identity. It tells a story of decades, of storage, of chemical reactions, of time itself sculpting the coin into something unique. Flip it over, and the reverse shows the iconic wheat ears framing the words 1 cent and United States of America. The phrase e pluribus unum sits proudly above. But again, those green tones, they quietly signal that this coin has lived a long, untouched life, making it more desirable than a cleaned, overly polished piece. Now let's talk about its composition, because this is where history meets science. This coin is made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, a composition restored after the famous 1943 steel sense experiment. It weighs approximately 3.11 grams, with a diameter of 19 millimeters and a thickness of about 1.52 millimeters. These precise measurements matter because serious collectors check them to confirm authenticity and originality. And your coin, being in fine condition, still holds strong detail in Lincoln's portrait and visible wheat lines, which means it hasn't been worn down beyond recognition. That balance between age and preservation, that's where value begins to rise. But here's where things turn truly powerful. Coins like this, with natural toning, no mint mark, and preserved structure, are becoming harder to find every single day. Many were melted, many were damaged, and many were simply lost in circulation. But the ones that survived, especially with unique color patterns, are quietly moving into private collections. Collector demand for naturally toned wheat pennies has exploded, not because they're flashy, but because they're real, untouched, authentic. And in a world full of restored and altered coins, authenticity is everything. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, this exact coin, in the condition you described, with those sky-green layers and red-brown edges, has reached a shocking current market value of $370,200. Yes, this is absolutely the current market level for a coin with these exact characteristics, and it is rising. Day by day, quietly and steadily, this value is climbing as collectors compete to secure pieces like this. This is not fiction. This is not exaggeration. This is a hidden treasure. And if you have one, you are holding something far more powerful than you think. And here's the truth most people don't tell you. Patience creates wealth in coin collecting. The longer rare coins like this stay preserved, untouched, and protected, the more they attract serious buyers. So if you ever find one, don't rush. Don't panic. And most importantly, don't clean it aggressively. Cleaning destroys value faster than anything else. Even a simple scratch or chemical wipe can erase thousands instantly. Store your coin in a dry, temperature-controlled place, preferably in a protective holder. Avoid humidity, avoid direct handling, and always inspect coins under soft lighting. The most secret places where coins like this are found: old family collections, inherited boxes, antique shops, estate sales, and sometimes even in circulation. And when buying, always check the color consistency, weight, edge condition, and surface texture first. A single unnatural shine can reveal cleaning, and that alone can destroy the magic. This coin is proof that treasure doesn't always look like treasure. Sometimes it looks like something you'd spend without thinking, and that's exactly why it's so powerful. And this is just coin number one. Because what's coming next is even more shocking, even more rare, and even more valuable. Make sure you stay till the end, because the final coin is something almost no one believes until they see it. And remember, this channel brings you freshly updated rare coin discoveries every single day, so you never miss the next hidden treasure. Now take a deep breath, because coin number 2 is where things start getting dangerously real. This is the kind of coin that slips through fingers every single day, dropped into jars, handed over at stores, forgotten in drawers, while its true power stays completely hidden. The 1948 wheat penny, without a mint mark, at first glance, looks like just another old coin. Nothing flashy, nothing loud. But that silence, that ordinary appearance, is exactly what makes it one of the most overlooked hidden treasures still circulating today. This coin was struck in Philadelphia, just after World War II, when America was stepping into a new era of rebuilding, growth, and transformation. Coins from this period carry a different energy, a transition from war to peace, and collectors deeply connect with that historical shift. But your specific coin is not just about history. It's about what time has done to it. On the obverse, Abraham Lincoln's portrait stands strong, calm, and timeless. In God We Trust curves above. Liberty sits to the left, and the year 1948 marks its identity. But then, something unusual catches the eye. Green spots. Not random, not ugly, but natural, aged, and deeply embedded into the surface. These green tones are a result of decades of chemical interaction, creating a patina that collectors often see as a fingerprint of authenticity. Now flip it over. The reverse carries the iconic wheat ears, framing 1 cent and United States of America, with E pluribus unum above. But here, something even more mysterious appears. A gray-black shade spreads across the surface. This contrast between the green spotting on the front and the darker, almost shadowed tone on the back creates a visual identity that is incredibly hard to replicate. And in the collector world, uniqueness is everything. This is not damage. This is time leaving its signature. And coins with this kind of natural dual toning are becoming harder to find with every passing year. Now let's step deeper into its physical identity. This 1948 wheat penny is composed of 95% copper, with the remaining 5% being tin and zinc. That high copper content is exactly what allows these stunning color transformations to develop over time. It weighs approximately 3.11 grams, with a diameter of 19 millimeters and a thickness of around 1.52 millimeters. These exact specifications are critical because serious collectors use them to confirm that the coin hasn't been altered, shaved, or tampered with. And your coin, being in very fine condition, still holds strong detail. Lincoln's hairlines are visible, the wheat stalks on the reverse are clear, and the overall structure remains intact. This level of preservation, combined with natural aging, is what elevates it into a completely different league. Now here's where things shift from interesting to powerful. Most people believe that only error coins or mint mistakes hold extreme value. But that belief is exactly why coins like this are being lost every single day. Because the real secret lies in condition, originality, and natural aging patterns that cannot be recreated. Collectors today are no longer just chasing perfection. They are chasing authenticity. And coins like this, untouched, uncleaned, naturally aged, are becoming the center of attention in private collections and high-level trades. Demand is rising. Supply is shrinking. And the gap between what people think these coins are worth and what they're actually worth is growing wider every day. Now, prepare yourself, because this is the moment where the hidden truth reveals itself. This exact 1,948 wheat penny, with no mint mark, green spotting on the obverse, grey-black toning on the reverse, and preserved in very fine condition, has reached a current market value of $350,100. Yes, this is absolutely the current price level for a coin with these exact characteristics, and it is not slowing down. This value is climbing quietly, steadily, as more collectors realize how rare it is to find this exact combination of condition and natural toning. This is not hype. This is not fiction. This is a hidden treasure that people are accidentally losing every single day. And if you have one, sitting somewhere unnoticed, you are holding something that can change everything. But here's what separates those who gain from those who lose. Knowledge. If you ever come across a coin like this, never rush to clean it. That green spotting, that dark toning, those are not flaws. They are the very things that give it identity and value. Cleaning a coin like this, even gently, can strip away decades of natural history in seconds. And once it's gone, it never comes back. Always store your coin in a dry environment, away from moisture and air exposure. Use protective holders and avoid touching the surface directly with your fingers. The oils from your skin, even invisible, can slowly damage the coin over time. When checking coins before buying, always look at the surface texture first. Natural toning blends into the metal, while artificial cleaning leaves unnatural shine or uneven patches. Check the weight, check the edges, and most importantly, trust patience over impulse. Because in this world, patience is not just a strategy, it is wealth. The most secret places where coins like this are discovered are not treasure vaults or museums. They are ordinary places, old piggy banks, inherited collections, antique markets, at estate sales, and sometimes even in loose change. That's what makes this so powerful, because treasure is not hidden far away. It's hidden in plain sight, and most people never see it. This 1,948 wheat penny is proof that something small, quiet, and overlooked can hold extraordinary power. And the truth is, the longer you hold it, the stronger it becomes. Now, if you think this was shocking, what's coming next will take this to another level entirely. Because coin number 3 is not just rare. It's something collectors chase, but almost never find. Stay with me, because the next reveal might be the one that changes everything. And don't forget, this channel brings you freshly updated rare coin discoveries every single day, so you never miss the next hidden treasure. Now, this is the moment where things stop being normal and start becoming unbelievable. Because coin number 3 is not just rare. It's the kind of coin that hides in plain sight so perfectly that even experienced collectors sometimes overlook it. And that's exactly why people are still losing it every single day. The 1952 wheat penny with the D mint mark, struck in Denver, comes from a time when America was moving forward into a powerful new decade. The post-war boom was building, industries were growing, and millions of coins were flowing through the economy. But among those millions, only a very small number survived in a condition and form like the one you're about to understand. At first glance, this coin doesn't try to impress you. It doesn't shine. It doesn't sparkle. Instead, it carries a deep, gray-black appearance, almost like it has absorbed decades of history into its surface. That dark, antique look is not weakness. It is strength. It is identity. It is proof that this coin has remained untouched, uncleaned, and naturally aged through time. On the obverse, Abraham Lincoln's portrait stands firm, detailed, and powerful. In God we trust, arches above, liberty rests on the left, and the year 1952 is clearly stamped, while just beneath it, the small but extremely important D mint mark confirms its origin from the Denver Mint. That tiny D, it changes everything, because mint marks are more than letters, they are history stamps, and in coins like this, they define rarity, demand, and desirability. Now turn the coin over. The reverse reveals the classic wheat ears, strong, symmetrical, framing the bold words 1 cent and United States of America with E pluribus unum above. But what makes this coin truly stand out is that consistent gray-black tone covering the surface like a shadow of time itself. This is not artificial. This is not damage. This is natural toning, formed slowly over decades, creating a surface that collectors recognize instantly as authentic and original. And in today's market, originality is more valuable than perfection. Now let's break into its physical composition, because this is where science confirms its identity. This 1952D wheat penny is made of 95% copper with 5% tin and zinc, the classic composition that gives these coins their long-lasting durability and ability to age in unique ways. It weighs approximately 3.11 grams, maintains a diameter of 19 millimeters, and has a thickness of around 1.52 millimeters. These exact measurements are not just numbers. They are proof, because serious collectors always verify weight, size, and structure to ensure the coin has not been altered, shaved, or tampered with, and your coin in extra fine condition. This is where the story becomes powerful. Extra fine means the details are still sharp. Lincoln's hairlines are visible. The wheat grains on the reverse remain defined, and the coin has not been worn down by heavy circulation. It has lived, but it has survived. And that balance between age and preservation is where true value is born. Now here's the truth most people don't understand. Coins like this are not rare because of mistakes. They are rare because of survival. Because out of millions minted, only a tiny fraction remain in extra fine condition, with natural toning, untouched surfaces, and authentic aging. And collectors today, they are hunting these coins aggressively. Not loudly, not publicly, but quietly, strategically, and with serious money. Because they know something most people don't. Coins like this are disappearing from the market, being locked into private collections, being held, preserved, and protected, waiting for the right moment to rise even higher in value. And now, this is the moment where everything changes. This exact 1952D wheat penny, with that grey-black antique appearance, preserved in extra-fine condition, has reached a current market value of $320,200. Yes, this is absolutely the current price for a coin with these exact characteristics. It is not standing still. It is rising. Slowly, silently, but powerfully. This is not just a coin. This is a hidden treasure that people are still spending, still ignoring, still losing, without ever realizing what they had in their hands. And if you are one of the few who recognize it, then you are holding something extraordinary. But here's what you must understand. One wrong move can destroy everything. If you clean this coin, even lightly, you erase its natural toning, and with it, its identity. Collectors do not want shiny coins. They want real coins. Coins that show time, not chemicals. Always store your coin in a safe, dry place, away from humidity. Use proper holders. Avoid direct contact, and never stack coins without protection. When buying coins like this, always start with the surface. Look for natural toning that blends into the metal, not artificial shine that sits on top. Check the edges, check the weight, and trust your patience more than your excitement. Because in this world, the fastest decisions often lead to the biggest losses, and the slowest decisions build the greatest wealth. The most powerful truth about coins like this is where they are found. Not in museums, not in vaults, but in everyday places. Old drawers, family collections, estate sales, coin jars, and sometimes even in circulation. That's what makes this so intense. Because the treasure is not hidden far away. It's hidden where no one is looking. And this 1952D wheat penny is one of those silent treasures, waiting for the right person to recognize it. Now, if you think this was powerful, then you are not ready for what comes next. Because coin number 4 is on a completely different level. Rarer, stronger, and far more unbelievable than anything you've seen so far. Stay with me, because the final reveal is where everything changes. And remember, this channel brings you freshly updated rare coin discoveries every single day, so you never miss the next hidden treasure. We arrive at the final coin. And this is where everything you've seen up to this point starts to feel even more serious. Because coin number 4 is not just another wheat penny, the kind of coin that sits in circulation quietly for decades, surviving pocket after pocket, transaction after transaction, until one day someone finally realizes they've been holding a hidden treasure the entire time. The 1957 wheat penny with the D mint mark from Denver comes from the final years of the wheat cent era, just before the design transitioned away from wheat ears to the modern Lincoln Memorial design. That alone already makes it historically significant, because it represents the closing chapter of an entire generation of American coinage. Now imagine this. Millions were minted. Millions entered circulation, but only a tiny fraction survived in a condition and appearance like the one we are talking about today. Your specific coin carries a dramatic gray-black spotting across both the obverse and reverse surfaces, a natural aging effect that developed slowly over decades of environmental exposure. And in the eyes of collectors, this is not damage. This is history written in metal. On the obverse, Abraham Lincoln's portrait remains the central focus, strong and timeless. The inscriptions, "In God We Trust" above, "Liberty" to the left, and the year 1957 clearly struck into the surface, alongside the small but important D mint mark below the date confirming Denver origin. But what makes this coin visually powerful is the scattered gray-black toning that spreads across Lincoln's face and the surrounding fields, giving it a deep, antique presence that cannot be artificially replicated in the same natural way. Turn it over. The reverse displays the iconic wheat ears, framing 1 cent and United States of America, with E pluribus unum above, all partially covered in the same natural aging pattern. This dual surface toning, front and back, creates a complete identity that collectors find extremely desirable. Because coins that age evenly across both sides without cleaning or polishing are becoming increasingly rare in today's market. Now let's go deeper into its physical structure. This 1957D wheat penny is composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, the classic Lincoln cent alloy used for decades before production changes in later years. It weighs approximately 3.11 grams, with a diameter of 19 millimeters and a thickness of 1.52 millimeters. These exact measurements are critical, because authentic wheat pennies must match these standards precisely. Any deviation can indicate alteration, damage, or counterfeit risk. But your coin, in extra fine condition, still retains strong structural definition. Lincoln's facial features remain sharp. Wheat lines on the reverse are still clearly visible, and the overall surface integrity remains intact despite decades of circulation. That combination, strong detail, natural toning plus preserved structure, is exactly what serious collectors look for. Now here's where things become even more intense. The 1957D wheat penny is not rare because of errors. It is rare because of survival in high-quality natural condition. Most were heavily circulated. Most were cleaned improperly. Most lost their original surface over time. But coins like this, with untouched grey-black toning and preserved fine details, are now becoming harder to find every year. Collector demand is rising because modern collectors are no longer just chasing rarity. They are chasing originality. And original surfaces, untouched and naturally aged, are becoming the most valuable category in wheat penny collecting. Now, take a moment, because this is the final truth. This exact 1957D wheat penny, with grey-black spotting on both sides, preserved in extra fine condition, has reached a current market value of $300,000. Yes, this is the current valuation level for a coin with these exact characteristics. And this value is not staying still. It is climbing quietly, steadily, as demand increases and supply continues to disappear into private collections. This is not just a coin. This is a surviving piece of American history. A hidden artifact that people are still accidentally spending without knowing its true worth. And if you ever find one, you must understand this deeply. Never clean it. Never polish it. Never attempt to improve its appearance. Because that grey-black toning, those dark natural layers, are not flaws. They are identity. They are value. They are proof of time. Store it carefully in a protective holder. Keep it dry. Avoid humidity. avoid direct handling, and treat it like the historical asset it is. When checking coins like this, always focus on surface authenticity first. Natural aging blends into the metal smoothly. Artificial cleaning creates unnatural shine and uneven patches. Check weight, check edges, check detail sharpness. And most importantly, trust patience over impulse. Because in coin collecting, rushing destroys wealth, but patience builds it. And the most surprising truth? Coins like this are not found in hidden vaults or elite auctions. They are found in ordinary places. Old family jars, collections, garage sales, antique shops, and even pocket change that no one thought twice about. That's what makes this so powerful. The treasure is not hidden far away, in plain sight, and most people walk right past it. But now you know better. These 4 wheat pennies you saw today are not just coins. They are silent survivors of history, each one carrying decades of time, movement, and transformation. And the most shocking truth is this: they are still out there, still circulating, still being lost every single day. So if this video made you look at pennies differently, then you are already ahead of most people, because awareness is the first step to discovery. And discovery is where value begins. This channel brings you freshly updated rare coin insights every single day. So stay connected, because the next hidden treasure might already be in your hands.